cool. Miguel, what's up, man? Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everyone. What's up, everyone? Everyone, please share, and we'll get started in like a bit. And yeah, we'll talk. It's gonna be very informative. It's gonna talk about our campaign. Gonna talk about the Green Party and what we got to do to basically get out there. So please share this. Share this in like three groups. Your personal page. Share it to some Green Party groups and share it to some other progressive groups because we have a lot of discussing to do, and this is going to be interactive so we could chat together at the same time while you write any comments or and I'll answer any questions and we could have this discussion. But yeah, generally we'll talk about the our congressional run and also the Green Party and what we must do to survive, in these coming times. So we'll get started in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So please share this around. I'm gonna share this too from my phone. Please. All right. Please share. All right. I'm gonna share this on my page. All right. A lot of people in here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a message. Any questions right now? General questions, not some like sophisticated, like you're looking for a really, like the meaning of life questions. But if you have any questions that I can answer really quickly in the beginning, feel free to shoot it out. So let me keep sharing this. Sharing this. So yeah, please share this. Let's get a good amount of people in here so we could talk about, what happens next and stuff like that. So let me see who's in here really quick. Hey Tina, I see Tina's in here. Who else is here? We have Walter. Hey, Walter. Walter asks, have I considered running for council? I have. It's just that my city council district is not up for election for like another 3-4 years, I think. So that's the reason why I haven't ran for city council yet. Hey Edwin, what's up, man? Much love to Maryland. Hey Colin, shout out to San Francisco. Shout out to Christina. Shout out to George. By the way, Colin ordered one of our Green Party shirts. If you're just tuning in, we got these Green Party shirts. Make sure you guys we're selling them, and it comes in a day. So if you buy it now, it comes tomorrow. Wait, yeah, but I have to ship it tomorrow, so it'll come in on Monday. So if you want to buy these awesome Green Party shirts, we've already sold 34 of these Green Party shirts, so make sure you get on it. We only have 40, so we have 6 left. But we ordered another 40 more this weekend. So I make sure you guys get in on this awesome Green Party shirt. It comes in one day. There are people on this chat who have this shirt already, so make sure you guys get your shirt. And if you want a shirt, you have to send me a message. Like after this, if you want a shirt, send me a message at your size, and then you can get these awesome shirts. Okay. So yeah, we sold 36 in like 3 days, and 34, and we have 6 left, and they're all small. So if you're small, we have 1 extra large, but we're ordering 40 more in this weekend. So make sure you guys get on that. So I'll get started. But before I start, I'm gonna say hi to who else is there. Christina asks, "What are my thoughts today on James Comey's hearing?" To be honest, um, I could care less about James Comey or what's going on with what happened in the election. I think we have a lot of bigger things to worry about that are happening at home. To be honest, I didn't really, I didn't watch it. I didn't care for it. I don't. I hate watching these testimonies and nothing really comes out of it. So I didn't watch it. What else? And if you saw, I put a status about it because like I think it's all a distraction, to be honest. And I'm more worried about things like healthcare or people losing their homes or people not getting paid a living wage than hearing James Comey get all the damn attention. Because to be honest, like that's what they want. They want to distract you from the issues, and that's how it's always been. Something big comes up. Oh my God, James Comey. Oh my God, just Putin. Oh my God, like it's just like whatever, dude. So hey, Ginger. Hey, yep, Colin. Please send me a picture of it. Hey, Genevieve. We don't have any kid shirts. The shirts are adult unisex sizes. We have it from small to 3XXX, 3 extra large. And yeah, it's $20 and $5 for shipping, and it comes in one day. It's like so fast. So, hey Marcella, who else is there? Hey Chanel, hey Roberta, hey, and yeah. So I guess we'll get started. So, hello everyone. If you guys don't know who I am, or you just liked my page recently, my name is Kenneth Mejia. I have a big sign right here. It says Kenneth Mejia. Those are our lawn signs from back in the day. And if many of you know, I ran for Congress last year, almost exactly a year ago. I ran for Congress for the first time on June 7th of last year underneath the Democratic Party as a write-in candidate. And I got 1,177 write-in votes, so that was cool. And then I left the Democratic Party because I realized they don't represent me or my values, and so I joined the Green Party. And if you actually read what the Green Party stands for, their platform, their 10 key pillars, and what basically drives the Green Party and their candidates and whatnot, you'll realize like, holy crap, like the Green Party's cool. It's everything that I wanted the Democratic Party to be, but obviously they're not because they cater to a certain class, the 1%. So I joined the Green Party, and then I ran for Congress just 2 months ago for the second time. But this time I ran under the Green Party, and there were 24 candidates, so many people, so much big money involved. They just announced our congressman a day ago, but we got 7th place out of 24 people, and it's a big accomplishment because we beat 14 Democrats. We beat the Republican, the Libertarian, and the Independent. We beat all other parties, and we even beat candidates who raised so much more money than us. And when you actually compare the top 7 candidates, since we got 7th, we actually spent the least amount of money per vote. We spent $27 per vote, and that's really good because the next next person who spent the least was like $60 or $50. So we should be very proud. We were a very people-powered campaign. If you all know about our campaign, we were driven by people, by a movement, by people sick and tired of Trump and the Democrats, and because nothing good has ever happened in the past recent 10 years of any significance, really. So this was a huge feat. The Green Party is on the map. Like, a lot of people in LA know about the Green Party now, and it's actually really amazing because not only do we run for elections, but we also built many local green groups in our communities, like in Central LA, the East Side, in East LA, in Northeast LA, in the West Side. And we're not just running in elections, but we're actually participating in hearings and doing public comments, doing community service such as feeding those are homeless, and fighting for health care as a right in California. So our campaign was really was used for a lot of things, and one of the biggest things is it got the Green Party on the map, and it really let people know, like, holy crap, there's more than 2 parties, and the Green Party is actually really cool. So So our congressman was just announced yesterday, and it's actually Jimmy Gomez. He was endorsed by the California Democratic Party like 3 weeks into the election, and all the other 20 Democrats were like, "What the hell? This is an outrage! I didn't know about this." Well, that's what they do. The Democratic Party, you know, basically chooses who they want to install, and they become, your candidate, and then they ultimately become your elected official, even though nobody wants them. And so he became our congressman a couple of days ago. Received a lot of big money. Raised over like $900,000. Like, we've only raised like 500. Sorry, not even 500. Like 500,000. I wish we only raised like $55,000, and it goes to show that, if you have money, you could do a lot of good things, big things with that money. They hired canvassers, people knocking on doors, and they hired people who phone banked, and it was just like, it was unfair, but we did well. But what I want to say is that because of his winning, I wanted to announce that we are actually, and I'm proud to say that we are going to run again in 2018. We're not going to stop. Even when I lost, or when we lost last year in the Democratic primary, it was always our goal to run in 2018 because we were just getting started. So, I'm happy to say that we'll be running again in 2018. Our primary is June 5th, 2018 on a Tuesday. We're going to be running underneath the Green Party banner. We're super excited, and, we need this because there's just so much crap going on that you see Donald Trump doing, and you're not really getting any pushback or opposition from the Democrats, like pushing against them. It's like, oh, we're not Trump and we're not Russian and we're going to resist. And it's just like, one of the big reasons why I'm running, I wanted to talk to you, all of you, about is that we can't let the Democrats co-opt what's happening right now. Right now, we're in a pivotal time in our country and our lives where, everything revolves around stopping Trump. Oh, we got to stop Trump. We got to stop Trump. We got to be the resistance. But it's being led by the Democrats, who are taking that movement where it's really the people on the ground, the working class, the most marginalized, the immigrant community, the LGBTQ community, who are the ones putting up a fight. And since the Democrats have all the money and they have they have a lot of power still, they're using this as a pivotal moment to take over in 2018. So what we need to do as if you're watching this and you're a Green Party member or you're independent or no party preference, is you have to see through that and know that that's how it always has been. It's always a blame game between the Republicans did this, or Donald Trump did this, or it's like the Republicans attacking Obama, and then there's just us, the people who were like stuck in the middle. And we have to be sure that we don't fall for that, because that's what they're going to do right now, and that's what they're trying to do in 2018. So that's one of the reasons why we're running again, is because we need to give people that option now more than ever, because I guarantee you, you're going to see nothing but, oh, we got to win. We got to turn everything blue. Vote blue no matter who. And, but that doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the systemic roots of capitalism, of catering to the 1%. It doesn't really help the working class at all, because all they want to do is just take red and put blue, but, they both serve the 1%. And, that's why we got to stay awake. And that's why I don't even bother with this whole Russian and Comey crap, because it's like y'all, even before Comey and everything, like, we've been in bad situations. So I think it's what you call woke, right? I don't like saying woke anymore, but you gotta be awake, you gotta be aware, and you gotta know who's on your side and whatnot. So I talked about my 2018 congressional bid, but now I'm going to talk about, what can we do if you're a Green, in the Green Party in your local communities. And I think when you think about what I just talked about, how we're in this pivotal moment, we can't just stay still. We can't just be on Facebook keyboard warriors. We have to we have to go out there because we're not going to get any media attention. We don't have money to get on the TV. No one's going to cover us. So what we got to do is we got to start locally. We got to talk to our neighbors, and we have to what I tell people is try to find some couple like-minded people and start a small Green Party group and do stuff for the community, like community service or public comments. Like, get your name out there, wear your Green Party shirt everywhere. This is the time where we have to show the world that the Americans, that the Green Party is here, that they don't have to settle. And we need to do that because there's going to be elections coming up, especially in 2018, and we need people to run. So, maybe you're watching this and you're inspired to run, and we need you to run. Like, you have to do it. There's no more compromising. There can't be this, like, just Democrats versus Republicans. There needs to be Greens out there. And when I say you need to build locally first, it's so you could build a base. You have to build a base, and you have to get that trust in your communities and whatnot. But if you're watching this, and you're thinking about running, or you don't have anyone running, you have to start looking for people, because like I said, 2018 is going to be it's a mid-year, but it's also an important year because they're going to try to take back Congress from the Republicans. But if Greens do it, we can be out there and even win as well. But the more Greens we have running, the better. And if you live in a state or whatnot, I recommend in 2018 you come up with a slate of candidates. So let's say, for example, if you live in California and there's like over 50 congressional districts, come up with a slate of 10 congressional districts, 5 or whatever, like neighboring one another, and campaign not as an individual, but campaign as a slate. Because you could campaign together as a team, and you could also make the case that, hey, we're not just campaigning alone. Because everyone's going to ask, well, what is one Green going to do? Like, no, listen. We have 10 Greens running. Oh, just in the neighboring district there. Oh, just in the neighboring district there. What we want to do is we want to build this movement of where each candidate basically has the same platform. And it's easy. Y'all can have the same website, just change your name and everything. And you literally run as a team, because your force will be stronger as a campaign, but also if you guys actually do win in Congress. Imagine y'all ran as a slate and 10 Greens won. That'd be huge. It's like a sort of a proportional representation, but not really, because you're doing it individually. But that's what I would really recommend. If you're a Green and you're your city and you don't know anyone who's running, think about it. We need people to run. And what you have to do is, even if Congress is not for you, run for something small. I'm part of our neighborhood council. I'm on the board, and do something small, or run for school board, or run for city council, or anything. Literally anything where you can find that even if you have a 9-to-5 job, there are a lot of opportunities to get involved in the Greens. And so that's what we're doing here in LA, is where people are running for many different positions across the board, and it doesn't have to be Congress, but run. I really wanted to say that. And you have it. If you're deciding to run for Congress, or you have an election in 2018, you have a year to build your base. You have a year to talk to people and build a team and sort of come up with a plan on how you can win in your communities. Because like I said, we're in this pivotal moment right now, and time's going to fly. And what we don't want to do is when the time comes, you're going to start seeing a lot of vote blue, vote blue, vote blue, starting December or in January. And it's going to be a co-opting of what the people down below are fighting for. So keep that in mind. Get involved with your communities. Make sure build a base, build your base, and think about running as a slate. Get a team of people and run, because the more the more people see it as like it's a strategy that you have. We're running as like 10 people, across 10 different districts. Our power will be even stronger if we actually do win together. And what else is there? Right now, I will take any questions about, don't make it some intricate questions, but if you have any simple questions or anything I can answer about the Green Party, or any advice on running for office, or how do I run for office, or if any tips, I have like 15 minutes. So if you want me to talk about anything, feel free to ask questions. In the meantime, I'm gonna see who's on here and say hello or respond to any questions that I see so far. Let me see here. All right, Colin. All right, let me see. Colin's here. Hey, Marsha. Hey, Steve. Hey. All right. What's up, Eric? Hey, about Our Revolution. Our Revolution decided to not endorse anyone during the primary, and then they ended up endorsing the corporate establishment Democrat during the general. And like, my thoughts about Our Revolution is for anybody who's green and you're trying to get Our Revolution its endorsement, or if you're green and you're planning to run and you want endorsements, don't rely on any endorsements. That's what we did when we ran. We relied on the people because, and we did well. Like, we did really well. We literally got 5%, like close to 5%, and that's what the 6th and 5th place got too, and close to the 4th place as well. And we did that based on the power of the people. So, Our Revolution, they, like, my thoughts on them so far is, let them do what they got to do. Like, I think they should back more people outside the Democratic Party and actually get involved and actively help people. That's what I think of Our Revolution, and I think that if you're running, you shouldn't rely on a group to save you, or Bernie Sanders to save you or anything. Let me see here. Colin Dable asks, how early can you start getting endorsements, donations, and signatures for your 2018 campaign? So we could actually start getting endorsements and donations right when I file, which will be tomorrow. So I'm going to be filing tomorrow for 2018. Yeah! We're going to be filing our campaign, our candidacy tomorrow. And donations probably like next week. I have to set it up or something. So you'll see that. Like, people will probably like talk about it because let me see here. Carrots. Joking. Let's see. Trolling. Who else is there? And we could start collecting signatures between December 29 and February 22. The Secretary of State is giving us 55 days to collect 3,000 signatures or pay $1,700, so, or a mixture of it. And last time when we ran for Congress, we collected all the signatures to be on the ballot. We're going to try to do that again. And 3,000 is hard, y'all. So if you know someone running in your area, help them out. Like, it doesn't have to be me, but 3,000 signatures in 55 days from that district is tough. So people are going to need all the help you can get. So that's when you guys can start helping congressional districts in California. I don't know how it is in other states, but if you can, collect signatures. Don't pay that BS fee, like we don't have money to do that, we're clean. So let's see here. Hey, Ronnie, Yasmin Khan. Who else is there? James Paris, what's up? Hey, who else is there? Hey, there's Ginger. Hey, Wilkie. Eric Lee. They got rid of the Dodd-Frank today, but they want to talk about Russia. Chanel, thanks for pointing that out. What else is there? Hey, Peace E, or Patrick. Patrick is also another person who bought one of our awesome green shirts. If you're just tuning in, we're selling these awesome Green Party shirts. We're actually we're like sold out of them. We had 40 and we sold 34, and the other 6 are like small. So and they come in one day. So if you want one, send me a message. We sold 36 all over the United States, and it comes in one day, one business day. So what else is there? Christina says, I want to do something. You want to get involved. Get involved. Like, maybe it's not politics. Maybe get involved in your local, if there's a group that goes out every Sunday to give food to the homeless, do that. Or there's a community that does, know your rights training for the immigrant community, do that. Like, it doesn't have to be politics, but just get involved in anything, because what I realize is if you get involved in something, it'll sort of, when you see something else that strikes your mind, like let's say it is politics, you'll go that route. You might want to get involved because your initial involvement of doing something else. So get involved. Like that's how I got involved in politics. Before all this, I was did a lot of I would just randomly do acts of kindness. Join the local union station and feed the homeless, or just go out and buy people meals, and then from there I just saw Bernie Sanders or something, then I got engaged in that because I liked helping people because of what I was doing, and I was like, all right, maybe I'll go that route. So you never know what might happen, just and get involved. Let's see what else is there. Eric Lee asked, can I get one of these shirts? Yeah, they're $20. They're $5 for shipping. If you want it, send me a message and we'll talk about that. Who else is there? Chanel says there needs to be people with sense in office. Yeah, there do. There needs to be people. What I tell people is it's okay if you don't have political experience or you don't know everything. Like from talking to people who have worked in office or aides, and they said, you'll have people who will help you. What you need to have are people who have integrity, people who have courage, and people who have compassion, people who have the right heart and mind. And from there, once you get into office, that's what's going to lead you to making great decisions. If you think about it, where have we gone in the past 40 years with the people who have all the experience in the world? Like, look, we ended up here with Trump, with no health care, with no houses, with no living wage. And people are going to tell me, like, oh, you need that political experience. No, no, you don't. You don't need that. Like all those people with experience got us to this point. I don't know. Maybe they sold their soul to the devil, the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, but it's not working. And as long as you have the right heart, the right mind, and you, like Chanel said, you have some sense into you, and you want to do good things, I think everything else will follow. So let's see who else is here. Hey Aaron Devine. Who else is there? Steve Wolfbrand. Hey George. Who else is there? Hey Miguel. Yep, in California, it's a huge Democratic stronghold, so we need to take over California as well. Who else is there? Taking donations. Ginger asked, am I still taking donations in my old link? No, they took our donations down because the election ended. But once we file tomorrow for our candidacy in 2018, you guys can start donating. But I'll let you guys know. Husad Ahmed asked, any tips for us Greens on choosing a race to run in? Strategically, go big or go small, both. So my advice, if you're deciding to run for office as a Green, both. Strategically, it always makes sense to have a Green run for office anywhere, because automatically you get exposure from the media, even though just by the media showing there's 5 candidates running for this seat. Even though they talk about the 2 big popular candidates, they're going to be like, oh, there's this, and a Green candidate. So you automatically get exposure. And from there, what people do is they look you up. And to be honest, people are down with the Green Party ever since the 2016 election. One of the voters or supporters said, I never even knew who you were, and I just looked at the ballot, and I was overwhelmed because there were 24 candidates, and it said Democrat, 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 Democrat. Well, hopefully you don't have 24 people running against you because that would make it exhausting. But one of the voters was like, I just saw a Green Party, and I like the Green Party, and I didn't know that. So I looked more into you, and I really actually like what you and the Green Party stand for. And next thing you know, he's campaigning for us. He's going to his apartments, and he's telling people about our campaign and the Green Party. So strategically, it always makes sense to run, number one, because you get attention for the Green Party no matter what, you know. Number two, also, strategically as well, like I said, we're in this pivotal moment where everyone's gung-ho about Trump and they want to defeat him. The Democrats are going to co-opt this time. They're going to co-opt this movement, and we literally have a year to stop that from happening because you're just going to get more of the corporate Democratic machine, and there's really going to be no change. So, two, strategically, it makes sense because we need to combat that. We can't let them take this movement that the working class built. And if there's any party that relates more to the working class, I mean, there's the Party of Socialism and Liberation, Freedom and Liberation, but there's also the Green Party. The Green Party does. Like, we're probably the next party that, you know, relates to them besides the other socialist parties. So that's also as well. In terms of your question for should we run small or go big like Congress or Senate, or lower, smaller like, you know, school board or city council, my answer to that is run both. Like, we need people to run both. And like I said, what you could do is if there are multiple seats up for grabs in neighboring areas, get a team together and run as a slate, because it goes back to our first point. We'll be able to get exposure and attention whenever people run. But also, let's say you do win, then we build our party. We have more office holders, and that's what we need. If you think about it, everyone says, "Oh my God, there's no Greens in office." Well, we're running. Like, this is exactly why we are running. And if we win, like, that's amazing. I think if anyone knows the number of Greens we have in office right now, please feel free to type it out. But you know, I think we have over a couple hundred Greens in office, and the highest Green we have in office is mayor. So, you know, the next step would be like assembly or something or whatnot. But yeah, I would run both. So if you don't want to do, you know, federal, you don't want to, you know, cover more distance in terms of your campaigning, then run locally, run for city council or assembly or school board or something, you know, in the public departments of waterworks or something, you know, run small, whatever makes sense to you. But I would always advise Greens to run for office, like, yeah, because it's good to get that exposure. Who else is there? Noel Eddie asks, what about brand new Congress? I have no idea what's going on in brand new Congress. But what they're doing is they're going to run a slate of candidates against you know, establishment Democrats and Republicans. So that's what they're gonna do. I don't know if they're messing with Green Party folks, but like I said, and if you're running for Congress or any office, don't rely on people to endorse you or, you know, anybody for a specific endorsement, because you got to rely on yourself. And one thing about being the Green Party is I realize is you're not going to get a lot of attention. You're not going to get a lot of endorsements. I probably got no like big endorsement. Like I didn't get a lot of any endorsements, and we still did really well. But that's because we had the people. We made noise. The reason why we got attention is because we were so loud. We were like in people's face. We were there at marches, at rallies, during debates. We were killing it. You know, we're like making sure that the Democrats didn't just say the same damn thing during these debates, and we stood out. So, yeah, you're gonna need to learn how to rely on yourself and your team. Let me see here. Hey, Daniel Goheen. Andrea asks, yeah. So, if you're running for Congress in California, we need to collect 3,000 signatures, or pay $1,700 to be on the ballot, or we pay a combination of both. And that's going to be between December 29 and February 22. That's 55 days to be on the ballot. So we don't want to pay $1,700 because that is expensive as hell. We could use that money for something else. So, Yeah, let me see here. Oh, by the way, one of our best endorsements, thinking about it, was Jill Stein, and the Green Party, our party, and those are and the people, that's the best thing we can get. Carl Peterson asks, so our new Congressman Jimmy Gomez, he was the assemblyman for Assembly District 51. That's Northeast LA and parts of East LA, and it's vacant. So if anyone lives there, Northeast LA or East LA, and you're thinking about running, this is your chance to run. We need a Green Party member to run. So if you live in Los Angeles or you know anyone who lives in LA and wants to get involved in the Assembly District race, that's basically you're passing laws on the state level. Run. There's a special election in September. We need a Green to run. So if you know anyone who lives in Northeast LA or East LA, parts of East LA, tell them to run. Tell them to go green and send me a message so we could start collaborating and whatnot. So spread the word. Okay, that's the 55 days. The shop shirts, Mini USA, union labor. Okay, you see, I'm getting a lot of comments here. A lot of comments. Who else is there? Hey, Michael. Michael says, hope you win Congress. Then next step is for president. We'll take it baby steps. Who knows? Like president. That's crazy. Let me see who else here. Carl says, don't forget about neighborhood councils. So what I want to say is, if you live in anywhere in LA County or anywhere in the States, and you have these small local neighborhood councils, and join it. Like, I'm part of the neighborhood council. I'm a part of the board here, and what we do in the neighborhood councils, we're the liaison basically between the people and the city council members of the city, the city elected officials, and we have a say. And if they're going to build a new apartment, we put our say in. We also get funds too, or we could actually fill potholes, or we could plant trees and do stuff for those living on the streets. So join your small local neighborhood councils as well. You don't have to quit your job. It's like something you do once a month in terms of meetings. Who else is there? So the office, Patrick asked, what office is vacant in Los Angeles? It's Assembly District 51. That comprises Northeast LA, Eagle Rock, Glassell Park, Highland Park, parts of East LA, I think like City Terrace, Mount Washington. So yeah, Assembly District 51. If you want to run, you live in LA or know someone who does, tell them to run. Tell them to run green, because that's the only one people we're going to help out. Because right now we're sort of on like an off season in terms of elections, so we could help out. I'm not running for Assembly District 51 because I don't live in the district. So yeah, let's see here. Okay, other than that, I think that's it. Before I leave, I want to show you what's coming up is on Sunday. If you're in LA, the Green Party, the LA Greens, we're going to have a contingent, and we're going to participate in the Pride/Resist March. So, we're going to be out there supporting our LGBTQ sisters and brothers out there. And we're going to be marching with them in West Hollywood. So if you live in LA, join us. And we're also going to have a LA County, LA Greens meeting afterwards to talk about more local things. So like I said, we have LA Greens all over LA, and we're going to come together and congregate and talk about stuff. And that's what you should do in your communities as well. Next weekend, we're going to be at it's the California Green Party, like our state convention. So if you're in California, I hope I see you there in Sacramento. We're going to be out there representing the LA Greens. It's the 2017 California General Assembly. So we're going to be out there. There's going to be a lot of us from all over California. I hope to see you all there. It's $25 for one day to attend the convention, and it's $45 to attend both days. But you have to be a registered green to attend the convention. I'll be there. We'll have a lot of greens there. We'll have all these amazing shirts there. We're actually fundraising and selling these shirts so we could send all our members of the LA Greens there. So if you bought a shirt from us, that's what you're fundraising for. You're actually helping us so we could go to Sacramento because it's expensive, man. Like we need cars, you know, hotel, and if you could donate, let's say you bought a shirt and you want to donate, feel free to go to that GoFundMe again and donate just for the hell of it. But yeah, if you guys want to buy a shirt, this is how it looks like. It's a Green Party shirt. It's union made. One of our Greens from Los Angeles made them. We're selling them for 20 shirts, and it's $5 for shipping, and it comes in one business day. And if you want them, you have to send me a message. So send me a message after this, message, like, you know, personal message saying, hey, Kenneth, I want this, and I will respond back to you, and we can sort that out, how you could pay and how you could get your shirt. And it ships all over the United States. We've sent shirts to Illinois, Massachusetts, Florida, New York, and it came in one day. And what we're doing is, if you have this shirt, please take a picture of yourself because I'm going to make a collage and I'm going to show everyone in their awesome Green Party shirts because we have to start repping our colors, man. Like, you know, make sure you don't live in a gang territory where the green is a gang because you might get shot. But, you know, we got to start representing the Green Party. You know, we gotta be out there representing us, let people know we're there. Like, I was wearing this shirt and I was working out, and someone looked at my shirt and was like, Green Party, I like them, that's cool. Like I was like, yeah, hell yeah, Green Party is cool. So make sure, you know, represent your green colors. Like I'm wearing green wristbands. What else? Yeah. So if you're just tuning in summary, I talked about our announcement. We're going to run for Congress in 2018 again. It's exciting times. We have a year. And then I also talked about, you know, what we could do with the Green Party in our communities and strategically what we should do within the next year. So if you're tuning in, make sure you watch it when this is done. Tune in from the beginning. There's a lot of cool stuff to talk about. There's also that we talked about that maybe you could use and it could resonate with you and maybe inspire you to run or get involved. Before I leave, I want to tell you that I don't run for Congress because I want to, because I want, you know, to be a congressman. That's the last thing I actually ever thought about doing. I'm running, or, you know, we're running because we have to, and you need someone to run as a technicality to run against Democrats or Republicans. And we're doing it with the sole reason of reaching an end goal where one day we do have healthcare as a right, where education is a right, where housing is a right, where you're paid a living wage, and where you're protecting our environment, and where immigrant communities can live in peace. That's ultimately the reason why I'm running, or, you know, why we're doing this. We're not doing it for the attention, for the ego, for anything else. We're doing it because we have to. And although, you know, electoral politics could get us so far, that's why I tell us it's important to build and get involved in local groups, build coalitions, and because when the time comes, you know, this is just one vehicle for change, is electoral politics, but it's really the movement is what's going to carry you over and make real tangible change. And that's the reason why I'm running. And yeah, so I hope you all take care. I hope you all had a good time, and I will be talking to you all later. Make sure if you watch this again or share this if you think this will help people, especially Greens across. So thank you, everyone, and I'll see you later. And I'm going to show you guys our awesome Green Party t-shirts. Selling these for $20, $5 for shipping. Send me a message if you want them, all right? Thank you, everybody. Peace out.